So how did Rocktown River Outfitters fit into this? Because you've still got your other job.
I do. I
So
do.
how did that all come to be?
Well, it evolved, I would say, because it was I didn't know what I was starting when I started it. I saw a need for it because when I first started kayaking on the Arkansas River, little guy in a little boat, nobody would ever go with me because everybody thought it was so dangerous. And so I had
Did
the
you
whole.
just say little guy in a little boat? You are not that little. How tall are you?
I'm a tall 5'5", you know.
That's not that little. You're taller than Bruno Mars.
I'll take that. Yeah.
And look at what a rock star he is. All right, go ahead.
I got a tall heart. So I came back and I would go on these trips by myself because nobody would go with me because they thought it was dangerous. And I would take pictures of beautiful sunsets and all the wildlife I saw. And I mean, I really had the whole place to myself. And of course, people started seeing these pictures with social media growing the way it did. And next thing I know, people are starting to ask to go with me. Friends are wanting to go. To the point where I ended up, finding old boats to take some friends out on because nobody had their own boat. And then it really dawned on me that, Little Rock could use this as a way to showcase itself.
And when you say boats, you're talking about kayaks.
I'm sorry, kayaks. Yes, kayaks.
Okay.
Little 13-foot, sit inside and sit on top kayaks, man-powered. But so I came to my dad one day and I said, I had an idea. And I ended up buying 3 kayaks with all the monies that I had that I had saved up, and got the business license and found out how to get insurance for a company like this. And a friend of mine that I worked with at the time gave me an old kayak that he found in his yard, and he had grown a little too heavy for, and he gave it to me, and I didn't know anything about it. And ended up taking a look at it, and it was an old fiberglass kayak that I actually fixed up and made it my guide boat that year. So that way my customers could be in the brand new boats that I just bought, and I was in this old, hopefully it doesn't sink that trip kayak as the tour guide.
Probably heavy.
Actually, no, it's fiberglass. It was fairly light. I think that's one of the reasons why I really liked it. I ended up giving it a new paint job. If you come to my bike shop in the downtown River Market, you'll see it actually hanging up on the wall. Now that we've grown a little bit, I've been able to buy myself a boat to take guests out in, other than just this one. So I still have it proudly hanging on the bike shop wall.
So you started your business because there was a need. You found a niche. First of all, you're doing your passion. You're following your passion, and then there became a need, and you saw a niche market. And you didn't have any money to invest particularly, did you?
No, not really. I told myself 2 things. I'd never buy a brand new car, and I'd never buy a brand new kayak. Those are things that Craigslist and aftermarket deals are made for. And I found myself unwrapping 3 brand new kayaks for this company.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, so you decide this is viable. When did you decide I'm going to go get a city permit and I'm going to turn this into a business?
It was probably while I was still working. I think I just started working at Integrity, and it was great to work long days, and then I wanted to get on the water, and that's when more and more people started showing some interest in this. And
how did they find out about you? Just from Instagram?
Facebook, really? Yeah. I have.
Did you put your contact information in there? You started a business page on Facebook?
I did. I started a business page on Facebook. I actually was moving all the kayaks that I had on top of my 2006 Subaru, and I had made a big banner to go on the back of it. It looked like Bob's Kayaking Rental at the time, which it really was, really. But it was just a little way. I had my cell phone number, and
so you used Facebook, you used your vehicle, you used word of mouth,
and luckily with I paddled up to Rockwater Marina one day, which I didn't know existed until I started really putting together a business plan for what I wanted to do.
Which is the private marina on the North Little Rock side.
Correct. Rockwater Marina is in Rockwater Village. It's the new big neighborhood development right there in North Little Rock.
Used to be Vestal's.
It was Vestal's.
Florist or something.
And so they still have the big smokestack there from the greenhouses. That's the easiest way to see it from the river or, from anywhere. But I called the number on Google for that marina and said, hey, I've got some questions about your marina. Left a voicemail. and please call me back. And I got a call back about 5 minutes later from one of the owners, and they said, what do you want to do? When can you start? How can we help? I think they just kind of got wind that I was wanting to do something on the water. I think it would really create a lot of traffic, and their marina was such a perfect place for it. So that really fit in well. So now we had a location. I had some boats, and some people were starting to find out about us. So that really kind of came together to bring up a little bit of traffic.
So you rented a slip on his marina?
No, I didn't rent a slip. I actually technically rented like a 2-foot section of the walkway, and I built some racks that hold all my kayaks up off the water and are off the
And
walkway.
so he'd let you just put in there?
Yeah, so essentially he had the marina and then a little bitty low water dock that was really made for emergency vessels or anything that needed to come up off the water at that point. And also the row club was in that stretch of the water at the time, and it was made a perfect little spot for me because I could put my boats on the water, get people down close to the water and get them in their boat. Versus a marina is made for stepping up onto your pontoon boat or houseboat. So it was the perfect little spot for my little kayaking
It's
plan.
kind of meant to be. So,
It really was.
So that was a Rockwater Marina,
Mhm.
but that's not where your store is today.
Well, it is one of my locations.
It's one of your put-ins, but your actual store is now.
We took over the bike shop that's in the River Market, and I mean in the River Market. We're it used to be Bobby's Bike Hike, so it's been a bike rental and tour company there for the last 5 years. He called me and said that they had to move back to Chicago, and kind of said, "You're the one that would be most interested, and I think that would do the best job of taking this rental side on." And then, at the time, I didn't have any money to buy into a whole bunch of bicycles, and I was a river guy. So I kind of said no, and I kind of was like, that's too much to bite off. And everything that I had a reason to say no for kind of worked itself out to where I really didn't have an argument. And then the big thing for me was, if this shuts down and that turns into another little food stand or something, then Little Rock has no bike rentals. So all of our tourism that comes in from out of state and stays in the downtown area would have no way to see how beautiful our 15-mile bike trail is. So then I felt like it was a responsibility of mine, and I was up to I didn't know it at the time, but I was definitely up to the challenge. And it's turned out to be a great spot. We're right in the middle of downtown Little Rock. We have all of our bicycles out and about, and we've remodeled the place a little bit. We've got 2 14-foot kayaks sitting in the middle of the street, so if you drive down Clinton Avenue, we're hard to miss.
It looks like a lot's going on. It looks exciting. It looks fun. It looks young. It makes me want to rent a bike, even though I have a bike. But even if you have a bike, you don't have to take your bike down there. You can just go down there and rent one and take off. And the bike, so you can see the river from the bike trail, 15 miles, or you can see the river from afloat.
Right.
Do you let people go rent your kayaks and go out without you, or is it only tours?
No, we do rentals. So luckily, in the last 2 years that I've been at Rockwater Marina, on our tours through downtown, those are guided, and we don't let people just go down that by themselves. At least in our boats, it's open water. People are allowed to get out and see it no matter what they want. I don't own the water, but behind Rockwater Marina is a stretch of sandbars and islands that really protects everything from the main channel, any boat traffic, and it's really crazy because if you put in the water and you go just out a little bit from Rockwater Marina, if you go left, you're going right through the heart of downtown. If you go right, you go into these islands and sandbars, and you don't see any other buildings. You feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Now say that again. If you leave Rockwater Marina and you go downstream, and you stay to the right,
Yep.
you see downtown Little Rock.
You go underneath Bering Cross Bridge, which is the functioning train bridge right there that still raises and lowers for barge traffic. You go underneath all the bridges through downtown.
Yeah, 6 bridges.
Six- well,
but not really 6.
uh-huh.
But if you go on the left side, on the North Little Rock side, you're saying that you can go between A sandbar?
So just upstream from Rockwater Marina.
Oh, upstream.
Upstream. So yeah, just if you were to take a right coming out and
I
following
see.
the North Little Rock Bank, that goes up into Emerald Park and then goes all the way up into Murray Park and then up into Cook's Landing and then the Big Dam Bridge. So really everything north of Rockwater Marina is all parks. So you can take a left and go through the downtown and see the beautiful city and the hustle and bustle of the downtown evenings, or you can literally take a right and feel like you're in a rainforest and not really see another soul.
And I bet there's not much current over there.
No, so that's the great thing is since it is protected by all these islands and sandbars, not only does it give us protection from any kind of current, but you can also get out and explore the sandbars.
And I would like to do that because you start off going upstream when you're fresh, and then when you're tired, you get to float home.
Right. Well, 9-10 months out of the year, the Arkansas River is essentially a lake.
That is not true.
That is, yes. So it's controlled by Murray Lock and Dam, the Big Dam Bridge. The Corps of Engineers also releases all their flow rates. So kind of like looking at the weather, where I want to know what's the weather next Thursday. You can actually look at a forecast, and so they're forecasting how much they will release out of the dam, and that's how I know when it's safe to put on the water.
So you don't have the phone number of the dam operator that you're on speed dial that you call all the time?
No, I always wish I could just float by and wave, but I don't know if
really
he'd see
did
me.
think you should know him personally, probably.
If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the picture of Carrie's face in the center of the screen. To watch the full-length interview, click the video in the top right. For more interview highlights, click the video in the bottom right. Thank you for watching.